Hey guys, it's Colby Garza, your local realtor and host of Homestead series. We're here in Fredonia, New York at Gospel Church with Pastor Billy. He has an amazing story. Let's go in and hear all about it. All right, so we're here in Fredonia. Why Fredonia?
Oh, Fredonia, I've asked myself that question a lot lately, I'll be honest. I think there's something about the possibilities. You know, Fredonia feels like a small town, but yet when you get to know everybody within it, it feels like it has a lot of great potential. And so when my wife and I were thinking about moving, it just stuck out as a place that seemed underdeveloped, but it also seemed like there was a lot of great people there. And right away, the people made us feel right at home. And so people, potential, possibilities, all those things made us go, this might be where we need to be.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what was that deciding factor to make the move?
Well, obviously we're pastors, so a lot of our life depends on the voice of God. Like, I believe God still speaks to people through his word. I think he speaks through people in your life. And we had really determined that if we were going to start a church, it would have to be in a place that we had never been. You know, a lot of church planners I know go to big cities or they go to places where there's a lot of great churches already. And while there are great churches in Fredonia, we noticed there was nothing like us. There was nothing that was relevant, trying to give life, and was really trying to reach people that didn't have church in their background. So for us, it was the voice of God. We knew once he had said to go, it was time to go.
So what does it mean to be supported then by the community?
Well, because Fredonia is such a tight-knit place, you know, word of mouth is the best advertising. And so once we started reaching people, whether it was, you know, older people or younger people, the fact that they would tell their friends about church. They might not ever come to that church, but the fact that we were getting a good reputation as a place that welcomes all people, you know, you can dress however you want to dress. We knew we needed this community support beyond just what we do. And so, you know, we've been to farm festivals, we've been to the Great Festival in Silver Creek, and just to know, like, people know our church and they know us as a welcoming place. Our neighbors here on Lakeview know us as a welcoming place. That meant a lot.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I heard that you were once in a movie theater before this?
Yeah. So when you're starting a church, you have a big vision, but you don't have a lot of money. And so we didn't have a building we could immediately move into. We weren't on the market looking for any property. So we went to the Dunkirk Movieplex here and we said, hey, if you'll let us, we'll pay you to rent out your biggest theater. And then we turned the other theaters into kids' rooms and youth rooms. And the Dunkirk Movieplex was so hospitable. They let us build a stage inside of our main auditorium. They let us hang lighting there for our church. And so it was uncommon for this area. I had seen movie theater church done in places like the South or on the West Coast. So to bring it to the Northeast was fun. And yeah, we were there for 9 months, set up and tear down every week, loading up the trailer, unloading it. Yeah. Getting out before the next showing. So it was a fun season for sure.
So I ask everyone this particular question, but describe Fredonia in one word.
I'm going to say family. Yeah, I feel like when I'm in Fredonia, I get a sense of family. You know, my neighbors, I talk to them regularly. When you're driving down the street, you're expected to wave at every person. If you don't wave back, you are not really from Fredonia. So I would say family. You know, the values are tight-knit. People care about their kids here. I see a great camaraderie between young families. You know, I'm part of a young family myself. My wife and I have a 3-year-old. And so when we meet other young couples, there's this instant connection.
Yeah.
And it's not just friendship. It almost feels like we're this little family.
For sure.
Yeah.
So where do you see this area in general, Western New York, in the next 10 years?
Yeah, I really see there being a lot more small businesses. You know, I've seen a lot of places start and then it's like they either lack the infrastructure or they don't have the community support to last. And I think once the right niche is found and someone starts a business, it has the potential to expand the community. And so I see more homes being built, hopefully not just restored, but we can get some new buildings put out there. And then I think repurposing some of this old architecture. You know, the little square right downtown is so beautiful. And I really think if they were to put some money into that, put some more businesses that are for that area, you would see Fredonia grow, if not double in size in the next 10 years.
I agree.
Yeah.
So what are some mountains that you ought to climb to go from the movie theater to this location in general?
Sure, yeah. I think the biggest issue we dealt with was the tension with being misunderstood. You know, when you are a new church in a small area, the questions are coming up right away. Like, why are you here? Where'd you come from? What's your real agenda? You know, the running joke was like, oh, are you here to steal money? And I'm always like, the last place I would go to steal money would be Fredonia. You know, but I think any leader that starts with something new, you have to manage that tension, because people are free to have their own opinions and we can't change anybody's mind. We're just going to be ourselves and let God do the changing. And so for us, it was that tension of being misunderstood. Starting something new in a place that's a little older, it came with a lot of little mountains we had to climb.
Thank you so much, Pastor Billy, for letting us come here in Gospel Church. Let us know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find us online at gospelchurch.co. We're also on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Everything's on YouTube. Just look up Gospel Church Co. and you'll be able to find us there.
Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Of course.